April 2nd, 2025 will go down as one of the most important days in modern American history.
It's called April 2nd, and that's going to be tariffs.
But those days of America, beginning tomorrow, being ripped off are over.
Of 132 different countries, U.S. exporters pay higher tariffs on 2/3 of those products.
And that's going to be tariffs, and China will pay and other countries will pay. We've been ripped off by every country in the world.
Well, happy Liberation Day when it comes to tariffs, and now other countries like Canada, they're beginning to change their tune. Don making a big appearance today. You'd think it's the 4th of July.
Fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
And I said, hell yeah. I mean, we all want to be wealthy. And if you're like, Bravo, you can't use that word. It's a bad word. Just, you can say heaven, just not the other one. Then I said heaven. Yeah. Also, Canada, they just switched their tune. All these countries are like, well, okay. I guess the orange guy means business. Let's work something out. Doug Ford, the first one from Canada to bend the knee.
Let's sit down and discuss this, because it's just going to hurt American jobs. I can't stress it enough. And, you know, again, he believes he's supporting Americans. He said he was going to create jobs, create wealth, reduce inflation. It's worked the total opposite. Inflation.
But do you think it's fair that you have tariffs on a whole number of products?
That's right. And we'd be willing to take those off tomorrow if he took all the tariffs off. We are not the problem, Andrew. Do you know the problem is? China's the problem.
And not just Canada. We got countries agreeing to eliminate tariffs against the United States of America. Israel, India, Canada, Mexico. I don't know if you know this, but manufacturing is already beginning to improve. We went from red to a little bit of green. I'll show you. If you guys are into that work thing, most people are not into the work thing. You're like, manufacturing? Ask any kid going to high school or college. So what do you want to do? You know, I was looking at maybe doing a manufacturing job. Basically, I don't want to do anything that requires work. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I want to be an influencer, a YouTuber, because those guys don't work, right? Rumor has it they work every single day of their life. But looking at this, is Trump's plan to reshore manufacturing already working? I'm going to go with yes. Biggest increase, well, you guys got to see it, in manufacturing jobs since October 2022, which was followed by a 2-year manufacturing recession. So you guys see this? You cannot see it. Here, look, I'll circle it for you because I spare no expense on this channel. And we now have this. Well, I'm going to say, for those of you that want to bring manufacturing back to the United States, this is a really good start. As I am filming, the Don is talking, but Trump announces reciprocal tariffs. Nervous stock market investors, we'll get to that in a second, await the details. Well, it's right. We could all watch right now. Listen. Listen to the jokes.
The numbers are so disproportionate. They're so unfair. At the same time, we will establish a minimum baseline tariff of 10%. You notice that on the chart. And that'll be on other countries to help rebuild our economy and to prevent cheating. So we're going to have a minimum of cheating, and we're going to be very severe on the people that at the gate that watch the tariffs and watch the product coming in, because there's been a lot of bad things happening at the gate.
I'm going to stop Don right there because I got a cheat sheet before it even went up. Trump's tariff to be banned by country and industry White House source. Here it is. We got 10, we got a 15, we got a 20. So there you go. It will also be based on industry. So look, I could just summarize this all in a minute. You don't even have to listen to the jokes from Don. If tariffs are so bad for an economy, why do 170 countries have tariffs on the United States? Perhaps try using critical thinking skills. Just something I try to teach on this channel. Believe nothing that comes out of the media. And honestly, believe 50% what comes out of me, because you got to fact check it. If I say something and I'm like, yeah, this is what it says, it could have been April Fool's. And I'm like, oh, oops. But truth be told, most of my tinfoil hat, like we are talking crazy stuff, like Adolf, that guy with the little mustache that actually survived. And guess who helped him survive? Yeah, the United States of America. And if you want more on that, I'll do a whole video on it, but YouTube not gonna like that one. There is booby traps all over that guy, but the amount of tinfoil hat stuff that it's like, that's a conspiracy theory, ends up being even more true than what we thought. How about illegal aliens collecting benefits? No, that's not happening. How about 1 million? 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh my gosh, look at that. Kitty just sent me, I just took a bite. She allows me to eat. Got some food while I try Bahar. But back to conspiracy theories. Let's take a look.
It's a jaw-dropping number. Where'd all those people come from?
Well, it made my jaw drop too when I saw it. We were in Social Security looking for fraud, waste, and abuse. And to do that, we actually looked at the enumeration system, the system by which people get numbers in America. And we found that there were just about 5+ million of them that came to the country as illegals, were giving various forms of parole or allowed in the country, and then got through an automatic system, Social Security numbers, so they get into our benefit systems. And we tracked that through and found that they were on the benefit programs. And just because we were curious, we then looked to see if they were on the voter rolls. And we found in a handful of cooperative states that there were thousands of them on the voter rolls, and that many of them had voted.
So we go from that's not possible, that's propaganda, that's tinfoil hat, to that's a jaw-dropping number, right? The things that we say, or the things that I say, that I'm like, I'm warning you. I told you about the economies. I told you about the future. I've been telling you about the stock market. There's proof in the charts. And Jim is coming in, profits, nomads, and fourth turning, accelerating towards a bloody climax. And this is what happens every 80 years. We go 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. That's 60. And then another 20. That's 80. We just happen to be in that last 20 that you're like, wow, this is really starting to heat up. We probably have, I think, 07 is when the last 20. So tack on 08, then tack on 20 years. What is that? 08, 18, 28. So this is the beginning of the end, and then it all gets all better. In retrospect, the spark that might seem as ominous as a financial crash, as ordinary as a national election, ding, 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 or as trivial as the Tea Party, the catalyst will unfold according to a basic crisis dynamic that underlines all these scenarios. And we will have an initial spark, will trigger a chain reaction of unyielding responses and further emergencies. The core elements of these scenarios is debt. You could check that one off. Civic decay. Check. Global disorder will matter more than the details. We are seeing this at home. We are seeing it abroad. It's happening right now, right before your very eyes. But it's not just like, boom, it's like hitting branches on the way down. Here in Texas, it says growth decelerates. Well, it fell 7 points with the near zero reading, including flat revenue. Now, what I've been saying for how long? Now, these guys are like, yeah, I think, what Johnny Bravo has said might be right. Oh, look, catalysts. We got people with haircuts like me. He's got to bring it up a little bit. Quote, we're looking at a slowdown. Really? As economics call odds on a recession. I thought there wasn't any. All the pundits, no stock market crash. No. Well, the stock market won't crash. It gets stopped. Just FYI. I want to stop hearing that in the comments section. As economists call odds on a recession, Americans need to prepare. That's now what we're reading every single day. Guys, if BlackRock is saying it, you might want to listen a little bit. But we saw it when they're like, yeah, we're not going to buy all those homes anymore. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. CEO Larry Fink says almost everyone he talks to is more anxious, scared about the economy than any time in recent memory. And looking at that guy, he has some time on his, he already used his time, also known as time's up. And here's the nutty thing is that we are repeating. They say it rhymes. It doesn't repeat. I say it rhymes and repeats like a rap song. Take advantage of it. Quote, the Big Short investor who predicted the 2008 crash warns the market is underestimating the economic impact of Doge's massive spending cuts. Oh, and how about that? Kitty walks in the back. Kitty, thank you so much for having someone send me lunch.
You're so
Now I don't even know. Yeah, okay. I'm married. Stop. U.S. auto repossessions. Guys, if you want a job, get out there. And I get emails from a guy that repos cars for the last year or so. Business is booming. Get out there. Jumped 16% in 2024. Do you guys see what? Almost 2 million, the highest since 2009. History repeats. It rhymes. Take advantage of this. Become an auto repo guy. It's all over. Look, Canada. U.S.-Canada airline bookings plummet only 70%. I'm going to say that's really bad when your business collapses by 70%. How about travel, business travel? Like a month ago, I wonder why. Could they be maybe cutting the spigot off? 50% business travel. Poof. But I need to back up what I was saying because I think I may have mentioned Germany. Look at their unemployment level. The job market is weak. Yeah, it's called a depression. We're actually beating. This is when they were locked down. You couldn't have a job. That doesn't count. Okay. We're beating that doesn't count. And as this article says, recession in Germany is getting worse. 3 million people are unemployed in Germany. But just like that, take advantage of it, please. Wall Street trading desk warns S&P 500 sell-off will get worse. But what do the charts say? Because this chart doesn't look too good as the top 1% of U.S. earners now have more wealth than the entire middle class. Look at this. It crossed. The top 1% has more. Guys, that's why I keep trying to push you over into the 1%. How are you going to do it? Start business. Trade equities. Worrying about this stuff is cool. Knowing about this stuff is cool. We're the bad guy. When they're bribing Afghan Taliban warlords to keep drugs flowing. We did this. That was yesterday's video that the U.S. Institute of Peace payments were for drug lords, for Taliban, for like everything that we're fighting. Yes, we're the bad guys. Let these guys try to be the good guys and stop those bad guys. You, every day, start business, trade equities. How about that? The NASDAQ actually went up today, but don't hold your breath. You go back in time. When this crosses underneath this was a 50% pullback. When you get these zones right here, even though that looks real small, you're like, oh, that's nothing. You get things like this, or you get whales, or you get this, or you get a crossover like that. And this is on the monthly. Let me drag it. A little measuring for you. This was down 55%. If you trade futures or options, and you could do like your digits much, much more. And then when that happens, you go all in. And you don't close your position. Needs to have a full candle close below the Bravo 9. You need really good setups that look like this. Look, here's another one. You short it and you make just from right here to right there. That's 33%, 32%. That's when I launched my bear market course and we made lots of money. Then I said, everyone, we're back to the swing trade. We're up. And then everyone's like, oh my gosh, we're making so much money. But guess what? We're out. And I know the market went up today, but it's done. Confirmation there. You got confirmation there. If you don't know how to do it, guess what I just launched today? You're welcome. $1 million. I'm going to give you everything that is in my toolbox. Not just that. This course includes more courses. You get the futures course. You get the options course. You get AI included. That doesn't kick you over the finish line. I'm all out. Get that one. So many options. You get my futures and you get this one. See, it says 2-course bundle. So you get 3 courses and a whole AI thing. Everyone's like, I'm really lazy. I don't have time. Okay, I'll show you. You do this. All in the course. Now, here's the kicker. I have not filmed one video. If you want to check it out, it's all here. There's 88 videos that are coming. If you're like, why would you do that when it's not? Yes, that's my life. I'm teaching you what I do. Shoot first, aim later. And when I get back from Cabo in a few days, I'm going to start knocking them out. I will teach you everything. This is like the everything, swing trading, futures, options, AI. This is all I got. I'm putting it all on the table to get you over that $1 million threshold, because after that, things just start to get easier. Also, yesterday I had questions like, I said I'm deleting my swing trade. I'm just going to make it unlisted. If you own it, you own it. Congratulations. Same goes with possibly other courses too. Unlisted, but if you have it, you have it. Everything is great. I just wanted to show you, because people go, there is no way. I would never shoot for, that's scary. Watch me do it. Watch it be very successful for you. And with that, take advantage of it or not. I love you. See you tomorrow.